China has already entered a crisis era of female bachelors. Many people are shocked when they hear this, saying, "That can't be right." Isn't it said that there are over 30 million more men than women in China? So shouldn't the problem be an excess of men? Let's analyze this more deeply. The number of single people in China has already exceeded 200 million. Some reports say that 100 million Chinese women are being targeted by capital, i.e., commercial interests. On top of that, transnational marriage will definitely become a major trend in the future. Importing women, as in bringing in foreign women, is an effective way to rebalance gender equality. And objectively speaking, the social status of Chinese women ranks among the highest in the world. So many foreign women are willing to come live in China. They don't ask for a house or a car, and they don't require a dowry. Many local men are even quite willing to accept this. Therefore, we can't simply judge the gender ratio by looking at raw statistics. Honestly, the outlook for older unmarried women is worrying. After missing the best age for marriage, plus having extremely high self-esteem, and facing competition from the newer generation born after 2000, their competitiveness may even be lower than that of women from relatively underdeveloped countries. For young women, facing reality and their age is the foundation of rational choices. Do you think what I'm saying is true? You all really need to get married early, otherwise you'll end up like me, already 4 years old and still not married or with kids. It's just too tragic. I'm always so lonely at home, so I have to keep traveling, keep playing. Without a husband to buy a house, I had to buy a 120 square meter place myself. So big and empty, it's even more lonely. When my clothes get dirty, no one washes them for me, so I keep buying new ones. I bought so many I had to make a walk-in closet just to fit them. I make money but have nothing meaningful to spend it on, so I just keep getting beauty treatments and trying to become more beautiful. It's so hard. No one even eats with me, so I have to go out and have big meals and eat all kinds of junk food. When will this end? A few days ago, I went on a blind date and experienced the most ridiculous thing in my 30 years of life. I'm just average looking, my graduate school isn't anything special either, but at least I earned a diploma. I have a very stable job within the system, and my parents come from ordinary families, nothing extraordinary but also nothing seriously flawed. And my blind date? I was absolutely stunned. She only graduated from elementary school. Elementary school? My God, are there still people born in the 90s who only have an elementary school education? Well, I met one on a blind date. Then she told me why she only completed elementary school, or maybe she didn't even finish it, I forgot. It was something like she used to fight all the time and her family was afraid she'd end up in jail since all the kids she hung out with had ended up there one after another. Damn. And she's 2 years older than me. She told me she had never been in a relationship. Never. Then she said, "Even though I've never been in a relationship, I've studied intimate relationships." I was stunned. I couldn't even finish my drink. I was just shaking nonstop. I seriously wanted to just... When I got home, I had such a mix of emotions. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Has the dating market for women really become this hopeless? Do you know that there are now 100 million single women in China being slowly destroyed by capitalism? More and more girls are complaining that they can't find a boyfriend. What's the biggest reason for this? Let me tell you, it's all because of toxic chicken soup advice, misleading motivational sayings. All of these toxic quotes are telling us, a man who doesn't tolerate your unreasonable behavior doesn't love you. A man who doesn't give you gifts or money on holidays doesn't love you. A man's love is where his money goes. Let me tell you, if you truly believe these sayings, you'll absolutely fall into the trap of capitalism. These quotes are all designed to make you buy things. Some of them are even more extreme. A man who doesn't pamper his woman has straight man cancer, a derogatory term for insensitive men. A man under 170 centimeters is basically disabled. When choosing a partner, you must find someone tall, rich, and handsome, with a house, a car, and savings. If your boyfriend won't give you luxury gifts, it means he doesn't truly love you. As a woman, if you don't spend your boyfriend's or husband's money and instead help him save, he will eventually abandon you. With this kind of toxic messaging being pushed constantly, many girls have fallen for it. Their standards for choosing a partner just keep getting higher. Some girls are barely 1.5 meters tall but insist on finding someone 1.8 meters. Some earn just 3,000 yuan a month but demand their man earn 30,000 a month plus have a house, car, and savings. With such unrealistic standards, how are men supposed to live up to these expectations? It's nearly impossible to meet them. So, many girls end up rejecting perfectly decent men, saying, "I'd rather be single than settle." Even girls who are in relationships start criticizing and picking apart their decent boyfriends after hearing too much toxic advice, thinking, "So what if we break up? The next one will be better." Let me tell you, stop believing the people online who say you can always find someone better. Those flashy online personalities showing off their cars and watches, buying luxury goods for their wives, doing the laundry, cooking, waking them up gently, you think that's attractive? But our ordinary, peaceful lives are being thrown into chaos because of this illusion. So what is toxic chicken soup really? It's making you addicted to consumption, making you hurt the people around you who love you most. Beauty influencers will say, "There are no ugly women, only lazy ones." Different lipsticks for different occasions, so you keep buying more. Luxury brand owners say, "A woman's bag is her second face, a symbol of taste and identity." What kind of bag you carry determines what kind of boyfriend you'll get. All of it is designed to flatter you, so you'll happily hand over your money for that expensive bag. Even if you're broke, no problem, they tell you to pay in installments. That way, you can still enjoy the illusion of luxury. And then you get your boyfriend to help you pay off those installments. That's how so many young women end up maxing out their partner's credit cards or even getting into online loans, draining not just their partner's wallet but ruining their entire future. So I sincerely urge all girls, don't get caught up in toxic advice. Toxic chicken soup only raises your consumption standards and causes you to lose yourself. Think about it. When you're old with no money in your pocket and no life partner, who's going to take care of you? Who will buy you a future? The truth is, there is no perfect partner, no best partner. A truly wise woman doesn't use online standards to judge her own life because she knows. Whether you're a man or a woman, just surviving in this world already takes 90% of your energy. And to live a better life, you have to work for it, use your own hands and stand firm on the ground. If you want a better marriage, both people need to tolerate each other, support each other, and grow together. If you truly want a good life, stop reading toxic advice and stop envying others. Your life should be in your hands, not defined by what others say. Whether you're happy or not, ask yourself. Only you know whether something suits you or not. New statistics said that there are now about 160 million single women. Why are so many women single? Because they're always fantasizing about a love story like the ones with idols, waiting for some CEO or Prince Charming to show up in their lives. But let me tell you, if that kind of Prince Charming didn't appear when you were 20, he's not going to suddenly show up when you're 30. And even if he does come, do you think he's going to pick a random day? Why are some women not going out, not socializing, not dating, not taking the initiative, and just waiting for Prince Charming to find them, imagining some kind of dramatic romance? Everyone should wake up a little and lower their expectations. A woman's peak attractiveness is short-lived, basically from 18 to 28. For men, they can still be desirable even in their 40s, as long as they're successful in their careers and have money to make up for their shortcomings. But for women, once you miss that age window, there's no way to make up for it. Got it? If a man can meet 50% of your criteria for a partner, that should be enough. If you keep nitpicking and being overly selective, in the end, you'll lose your competitive edge. Gen Z, born after 2000, are already 25 or 26 years old and are going on blind dates. Some are already getting married. Do you still think you're that competitive? China has already entered an era of a female bachelor crisis. Many people feel shocked after hearing this and think, don't talk nonsense, isn't it said that there are 30 million more men than women in China? So it's actually the male bachelors who are more numerous in reality. Let's analyze this deeply. The number of single people in China has exceeded 200 million. There are reports saying that currently, 100 million women in China are suffering from the capital's overpraise, meaning they are excessively celebrated or pressured by market forces. In addition, international marriages will surely become the general expectation and the inevitable trend in the future. Imported female resources are effectively balancing the gender ratio. Moreover, the objective fact is that women generally live a few years longer than men. So, putting it all together, the actual gender ratio is that there are more women than men. To be honest, the prospects for older female bachelors are really worrisome. After missing the best age for marriage and childbirth, and coupled with very high self-esteem, nursing homes might become their last refuge where they can gather for warmth and support. I really want to advise these relatively young women, let's stop drinking the chicken soup empty motivational talk and return to reality. Age is really important. Youth is our true hard power, so let's cherish it as we go along. With the sharp rise in older unmarried women, China has now entered a crisis era of female bachelors. There are too many misleading ideas online, which have made it hard for many women to find a partner and have even broken up many families. As a result, the number of unmarried women in China has surpassed 100 million. What exactly has such a powerful influence? A man who spends money on you the first night may not love you, but a man who's unwilling to spend money on you definitely doesn't love you. The deeper the love, the more he'll spend. Men are responsible for earning money to support the family. Women should be beautiful and elegant. A boyfriend who spoils you like a daughter is showing true love. When a woman sees something she likes, she shouldn't even ask, just take it. 'Cause anything you have to ask for is cheap. If a man loves a woman, he will take the initiative to buy it for her. If he asks you whether you want it, it means he doesn't want to spend money, it means he doesn't love you. A man who doesn't know how to coax a woman has straight male cancer, a derogatory term for insensitive or sexist men. There are only men who can't get wives, not women who can't get married. These kinds of toxic chicken soup slogans, one bowl after another, have made many girls lose themselves. A girl earning 3,000 yuan a month demands a boyfriend who makes over 10,000. A girl who is 1.5 meters tall demands that her boyfriend be 1.8 meters tall. Nowadays, there are so many holidays, not just traditional Chinese ones but Western ones too. There are several Valentine's Days a year: February 14th, May 20th, May 21st, July 7th. If there were a 13th month, they'd probably celebrate 13/14 as well. Except for Qingming Festival and Father's Day, nearly every occasion has been turned into an excuse to make men spend money, like the first milk tea of autumn, the first ice cream of summer, etc. But now, many men have woken up. They would rather spend money to buy happiness than date, because the cost of being in a relationship is simply too high. That's why more and more women are ending up single. So I want to say to all my sisters, wake up, get grounded in reality, find a man with good character, proper values, who works hard and is motivated. Someone like that is worth committing your life to. Your marriage will also be more solid and grounded. Wishing you all the best in finding love and holding hands with the right person soon. China has already fallen into an era of a female bachelor crisis. You heard that right. You might be shocked after hearing this and think, don't talk nonsense, there are 30 million more men than women in China, so there should be more male bachelors. Please don't argue yet. Let me give you an in-depth analysis. Our country's single population has already exceeded 200 million. Some reports say that single women in China are being overpraised, capitals overhype, to the point of harm. With cross-border marriages bound to become popular in the future, combined with objective facts such as women generally living several years longer than men, the actual gender ratio is more female-heavy than male. Don't rush to conclusions, listen to me. Among these, there are a large number of elderly single women, many of whom have been spoiled by capitals overpraise or misled by toxic motivational messages. The remaining tens of millions of unmarried older women mostly live in cities, whereas the real difficult bachelors tend to be concentrated in rural areas. Now, here's the question. Will those overhyped, brainwashed older single women look over and consider those rural male bachelors? Fact is, absolutely not. So next, let me analyze carefully. Are there more female bachelors in the cities or more male bachelors in the rural areas? The answer is obviously clear. To be honest, the prospects for female bachelors are really worrying. They have lost the best opportunities for marriage and youth appearance. Of course, we also respect their choices. Finally, I want to kindly make an arguably futile suggestion. I sincerely advise younger women to stop drinking toxic chicken soup, bad motivational nonsense, and come back to reality. Youth really is capital. We in this line of work know very well that age is an advantage. Youth is hard power. Don't underestimate it. In short, cherish youth and keep a clear mind. Those women who are confused, label themselves as leftover women, and praise themselves for being older unmarried women, I think they are really quite pitiful. Don't self-hypnotize. Life, after all its twists and turns, might just end up lonely in a nursing home. think about it, it's actually quite sad. I'm not here to sell anxiety, and I respect everyone's choices. If you have different opinions, let's chat in the comments.
35
35 years old, no marriage, no children, living alone for 10 years. Some say, so what if I earn $1 million a year? It just looks glamorous on the surface, but I lack something essential and actually live a very lonely life. Yes, I am truly lonely, unmarried, childless, not working. So let me take you through one lonely day of mine. I live alone in a big flat. Every night I can only sit by the window, watching the scenery alone. How lonely. I am my own boss, so I don't have to get up early or squeeze into buses and subways with strangers. I can't chat about gossip with colleagues, can't eat the promises from bosses. So lonely. I've grown up not knowing how much water to add when cooking rice. Every day the housekeeper cooks for me, washes dishes, cleans, I eat whatever I want. So lonely. No need to pick up or drop off kids to school every day, no need to help with homework. So lonely. It's too boring. I can spontaneously invite my girlfriends who don't work to travel anytime. Wherever I want to go, I go. No worries about kids or husbands. So lonely. No need to accommodate others' living habits, no need to worry about being a burden to anyone. When tired, I relax with a massage. When thirsty, I have a little drink to get mildly tipsy. When free, I watch TV or play games. Every day I just need to eat well and drink well. Living this kind of lonely life, I would want to live it all over again in the next life.
30岁未
30 years old, unmarried for many years, living alone, the days without love are so miserable. Every day, I can only sleep alone on a big bed measuring 1.8 meters by 2 meters. Next to me lie 3 soft little cats. They can't cuddle with me while I sleep, they just meow sweetly. Because there is no one to take care of me, I have to hire an auntie to cook and clean. There's no one who leaves socks lying around messily. The house is tidy every day. These days, when I don't have to do housework and I wake up to have meals ready, feel really empty. There's no one to quarrel with me or hurt my feelings. To pass the time, I can only go to the gym to exercise. Accidentally, I've built up sexy big muscles that are hard to lose. So disgusting. The days without a relationship are filled with work or coming up with ways to kill time. Recently, when I was extremely bored, I could only take the first place in a group at the Chinese pole dance championship to console my lonely soul. Without having to tutor children's homework, my learning ability declined. Helplessly, I can only follow my interests and take classes in English, Muay Thai, parkour, swimming, and pole dance to fill my boring life. No one controls me. I'm like a kite with its string cut, not knowing where to go. So I went to Australia to feel the wind from Antarctica, searching for a quiet little path. As a freelancer, I can show up anywhere in the world, Hainan, the Northeast, Guizhou, at any time. Even now, I don't know what I want. I can only plan to go to Bali in April, then to Turkey in July. This extremely unstable life, whoever wants to live it, go ahead. The home's decoration has no interference. All the furniture is bought according to my own taste. Then sadly telling the cats, catch whatever you want and go wherever you want. Every time I see the wardrobe full of my own clothes, I can't help but feel lonely. What to wear today? Will it look too plain? No one helps me choose, so I just dress to look bigger, i.e. to appear bigger. But even if I have so much, what does it matter? In these 8 years, I never experienced the everyday life of coming home from work to wash clothes and cook for the family. I can only share this dull, plain life with over 400,000 friends who follow me online. I don't even know how long I can keep enduring such a boring, dull, and empty life.
如果一个女性
If a woman lacks the nourishment from a man, has no marital or intimate life, or doesn't have a man by her side, she will slowly become especially sharp-tempered and relatively irritable. Some may even experience insomnia, vivid dreams, or symptoms of early menopause. But everyone must trust the laws of nature. Just look at why the world created men and women. Men and women from the perspective of the 8 trigrams represent the harmony of yin and yang. When a loved one is by our side, our emotions become very joyful. 70% of all diseases in women are related to their emotions. Having a good emotional state naturally leads to good health. It is the most cost-effective, simplest, and most efficient anti-aging maintenance. Therefore, women must return to a normal marital life to become more nourished. Nowadays, many married women live worse than single women precisely because women tend to be emotional. For example, if we argue today due to emotions, we feel irritable, and when we see that person, we want to get angry. When we don't handle these emotions well, our bodies resist. The more our bodies resist, the stronger the emotions become, forming a vicious cycle. So, if a married woman is already experiencing such a situation, she really needs to make a good self-change, change her body and mindset. First step is to change her concept, having the right mindset so she consciously adjusts her body. You might not feel it now, but over time you will increasingly realize that if we don't use our bodies for a long time like a car, it will have more and more problems. This condition is called use it or lose it. Therefore, a woman must begin to pay attention to her marital life.
大龄女性
Older women simply don't care whether men want them or not. They don't need men to validate their attractiveness. The women who do need men were already arranged to be married off early by their families after graduating high school or vocational school. But those who went on to get master's or doctoral degrees, who bought their own cars and homes, are quietly clear-headed. They're glad they didn't get married off early or end up confined to a tiny domestic world. Although they sometimes feel frustrated about not finding a high-quality partner, most of the time they are immersed in their own worlds and are very happy. They themselves are not in a hurry, but some people are desperate to put them down, to belittle them, to pressure them into marrying quickly. Especially when someone online who identifies as an older leftover woman says she's unwanted and wants to get married. These people get excited, rush to private message her, and ask if she wants to be with them. But days go by and she doesn't respond, and they suddenly realize, the clown was me all along. Wake up. Even if she does get married, it won't be to you. You never even had a chance to be with her, so why obsess over how she lives? She's single by choice. Ironically, it's the involuntarily single ones who are jumping around the most.